life, and that is what got me connected with NAMI, and you know, just got me started early. And one of my passions is that I hope that families like all of us that have children or loved ones that have a mental illness don't have to go back to square one and, you know, just kind of recreate the wheel. There's so many of us with so much information that I want everybody to be having a shortcut to care for their family members and for themselves for self-care. I found a lot of what I needed through programs, and I know that a lot of you will as well. Michelle, you want to introduce yourself?
And my husband and my daughter both have been diagnosed with a mental illness. And my husband had been untreated for about 25 years, and when he was finally ready to get treatment, I found NAMI probably within the few months of each of these events happening, and it has really changed my life. So I'm so glad you all are joining us today.
Well, Family to Family is the course that I started with, and it's one of our NAMI signature programs. It's a free 12-week course for people who have an adult relative with a mental illness. And the course is taught once a week by a team of trained presenters who have a family member, an adult relative with a mental illness. The course covers the current information. We cover schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, depression, schizoaffective disorder, obsessive-compulsive disorder, a panic disorder, and co-occurring borderline personality disorder has been added, as well as the co-occurring brain and addictive disorders. And we give everyone who attends a notebook when they come into class every week. We have new handouts for them. We've got the most up-to-date information on medications, side effects, how to help your family member with adherence for their medications. We also have current research on the brain disorders and the most effective treatments to promote recovery. And the participants there gain empathy for what it's like, understand what it's like for their relative with a mental illness. That was something I didn't understand. So that particular class is one that I really enjoyed. I knew what it was like for my children and myself to have an ill family member, but I didn't understand what it was like for my husband, so the Family to Family course really was an eye-opener for me. We have special workshops on problem-solving skills and communication techniques, and that's usually, the communication techniques is probably the class that people like the most, and they said, well, why don't you tell me what to say first? And I said, you wouldn't know what to talk about, so we got to put it a little later in the course. We also focus on care for the caregiver, because that's something that people forget about. They're so busy dealing with their ill relative and maybe going through a crisis, they forget to take care of themselves. So that's something that we really stress. I tell people you can't withdraw from an empty bank account. And a lot of times they just haven't thought about that. We also try to help them find local supports, whatever we have in our community, services and that type of thing. And we give them information on advocacy issues, because we hope they're going to be able, when they stay with NAMI, to be able to help us in our advocacy work. Family to Family is now an evidence-based practice, which means if you have an ill relative, that one of the best things you can do is to attend the Family to Family course. And if you're in an affiliate that's having trouble with their membership and maybe not enough people coming, having a Family to Family course is a wonderful way to get some new people into your organization. And I think we've got the following affiliates. We've got quite a few that have it now. You can see Aiken, AOP, Beaufort, Charleston, Grand Strand, Greenville, Lawrence, Mid-Carolina PD, Piedmont Tri-County, Spartanburg, and Sumter. So we would love to have more people trained as teachers. So we're having a training coming up. So if you're ever interested in that, let us know. We would love to have you join us.
And we want to thank everybody for listening to our program presentation. Like I've said, and like Michelle has said, our volunteers are the heart of our organization. There are some people that are putting in some incredibly long hours, and some that are putting in some short hours, but they're really packed with good quality volunteerism. And we want to make sure that we know what they're doing, and that they're the lifesavers to our family members and our individuals living with a mental illness. Because we've all had one of those lifesavers in our lives. Somebody threw us the lifeline once and made it easier for us.